Survival Scrolls. I am your gracious host, Mr. Bobby Shades. And this is Bridging Fears. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Getting a Gun. Let's go. So family, out in Tennessee, gentleman minding a store. I made reference to this the other day. I'm going to go deeper. Minding a store, and some young punk comes in, 20, 22 years old. Guy was compliant. You know, store owner or you know, worker was compliant. He even gave him more money. Yeah, take it. I don't know. And he said, no problems. I'm good. He said, get on your knees. And he did. He sat right there, real calm, real cool. That piece of shit shot him in the back of the head. Mother of two. New Mexico, California, not sure exactly, but somewhere out in the West. Coming home from work. Did a shift. Two young punks pick her up. Take her to some wooded area, rape her. She's like 42 years old, what have you. Put her in the trunk, shot her to death. EMT worker, New York City. Want to get a cup of coffee, bagels, lox, what have you. Guy comes, slashes her. Older woman, train, gets kicked in the face. Boom, in the face with some Timberlands from some derelict. Young girl, walking home. Knew the dude. Takes her to the roof, screws her, throws her off the roof. Since the pandemic, the atrocity of crime, to me personally, I don't know if you guys are picking up on it, it's just gone left real fast. I know of a young man coming from work, and New York City, he's punching his face. Boom, he's punching his face. A very good dear friend of mine. Mild-mannered guy in high school. Real mild-mannered. You know, real calm, real cool. My man got like 2-3 guns. Never would have thought him. Like, really? He got a gun? Serious? Like, really? No, another young man, my son's friend. Very mousy. That's the word, mousy. You know, shy-like. 2-3 guns. So since the pandemic, family, to me, it's just gotten out of hand. People are wilding out here. 2 incidences, I forget which city, shots fired. And then later, an hour earlier or an hour later, young kid coming from whatever, school, whatever, surrounded by 10, 15 kids, just stabbed. This generation of people, of individuals, to me are more bold. It's a spillage over, depending on what one is talking about. I gotta get away from that. That's crazy over there. Ooh, I saw that. We all saw that. All of us that are turning, we all saw that. When Trump came into office, definitely a spillage. People became bold with their actions, bold with their comments, bold with whatever the hell they wanted to do. Just bold, right? So that was some pent-up stuff. And now, again, since the pandemic, I was looking on Instagram, YouTube. I don't even remember which social media platform. A bunch of kids, you know, they're at a track, hanging out, talking, showing the camera. Got their little gun guy, and you can tell these are not gangbangers or anything of that nature. They're not like out there type of kids. The image, you know, the tie or vest or whatever. All guns, all of them. So now it begs to question: should we arm ourselves? I know I touched upon it. And I'm going to keep touching upon topics that I've gone over because it becomes more profound as time progresses. It becomes more illuminated because you hear and see things. So you're like, you know what? Got to talk about this. So I will round robin to a topic that I've discussed in a different fashion, in a different format, but same message practically. So if any of you who are tuning in has said, yeah, you talked about this before, well, we're going to talk about it again. Should we as citizens of these United States, good citizens, hardworking citizens that pay for what we work so hard for, have some piece of shit come by and want to rob, steal, maim, kill, rape, not in any particular order. Could you have a gun, family? Any of you? Could any of you say, yeah, I can get my ass will get a gun. I'll get a gun, that's for sure. I'll get a gun. Could you? What is going on here? Why are we? Oh, why are we? You know, could you get a gun? And could you make use of that gun? If someone was attacking you, could you make use of that gun? Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of different things behind the whole concept of a gun. There's a whole lot of concept behind it. You know, oh, you got to get the training, or you got to... Yeah, we all get that. Hold on, family, because this is a tight squeeze. Very tight squeeze. Hold on, family. And I got to peekaboo through. And, hold on. You see, because the block is cut off. It has a construction here, so I have to weave my way through. Anyways, and yeah, you know, there should be training, there should be, you know, certificate of training and continue. I get all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you had the opportunity and you had the upper hand at that moment, or that flinching 1 second opportunity to take somebody down, and I'm not saying to kill them, but to stop the threat, would you do that? And then deal with the repercussions of things thereafter? Would you do it? Or would you say, no, I can't do that, and let the chips fall where they may? It's a question to be had. It's a question to be had because it is, you know, I say on my my channel, you know, keep your head on a swivel. I'm not joking. I'm very serious about that. Keep your head on a swivel. It is crazy out here. The way that especially the youths of today, you know, I always said that image and sound play a role in the psychological intake that one takes and deals with it psychologically behind the scenes, the subconscious mind. Back in the day, yes, hip-hop always had some kind of message. Some was straightforward pro-black. Some were about love. Some was about partying and just hooking up and what have you. And yes, there were deaths within the hip-hop community. Big Sean, he was killed. But it wasn't based off of, you know, some kind of music that dissed somebody else. It was whatever personal beef he was having in these streets. But other individuals that passed on, with the exception of Tupac and Biggie, which is one of the biggest names, you know, they died of natural causes. Fat Joe, Fat Joe, oh, my apologies. Big Pun, Heavy D, Guru, and the list goes on and on. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but they died because they died. Let me go this way. Let me get out of this. This is not too bad, but let me get out of it anyway. And that happened. But now, these new rappers, these kids. You know, there's a guy, his channel, and he's been shot at. He talks about it openly. His channel is Seafood. He makes comedies about, and he carries his gun. He carries several guns. And he goes, yo, I got ops, man. I got ops out here. And he speaks about that. And he makes it into a comedic situation, but he had been shot at, I think, 4 different times. He even moved, you know. But these kids of today, it's like the record labels just brings upon someone that they know that their shelf life is going to be cut short. Pop Smoke was killed. Well, I liked Pop Smoke, by the way. I did like Pop Smoke, you know. Dior, Welcome to the Party. I just love those 2 jams and other things that he had going on. But you would have thought that he would have gotten killed by his ops. And for those that do not know, his opposition, his threats, his beefs, you know, that he would have gotten killed by any one of those individuals, right? But he didn't. You know, he got killed because a friend of his showed an address and showed bags, which is what they do on social media, just to inform many of you. For those of you who are well off, be careful what you post. Be careful where you're posting and what you post, because people are watching. I saw a movie many years ago. I loved it too. It's called Blood and Money. It's on YouTube. The first 3 episodes are free. Then you got to buy it on Amazon. The second season was, you know, they were trying to gain a momentum, and these were non-actors. You could see the acting was like subpar, but the storyline was good. And one of the main storylines was about guys who would, you know, study Instagram and whatever, and those guys that were flashing money and whatever, and they would have girls go in and set up these guys. Not uncommon. Recently, 2 girls and 2 guys indicted for setting up a dude to kill him. I'm sorry, to rob him, which thus turned into a murder. So yeah, it's a thing. So be careful what you flash and what you put on your social media platform, family. Please be careful. You don't have to be balling like that. You could just be, you know, you're going on vacation. Hell, Home Alone. They would look who the 2 guys, and it's funny, it's comedy, but it's a true thing. They would look to see who's going away, because they know at the holidays, certain points in time, people are going on holidays, people are this, that, and the third. They knew, and they would watch. They knew the timing of when the Christmas lights would come on. They knew. So here we are in a more advanced technological age, and they're watching that. So be careful. PNB Rock, everyone thought, oh, because he was having beef with some guy on Instagram, and he was laughing and clowning the dude and whatever. And it was a father and his son and a stepmother who saw him go in, I guess maybe follow the social media, and robbed this. A 17-year-old punk robbed him for his chain. And they got, like, you know, that'll be another topic. But, like, you didn't think you were going to get caught? Like, really? Jealousy is a mother, and it's real, and it's out there. Anyway, families, today's topic, I kind of went all over the place, but I hope I kept it within an all over the place concentrated area. But here's the deal. Would you get a gun? And would you make use of that gun in today's society because of the crazy crime that's going on in these streets? That's it. Let us give thanks and praise that we are 6 feet above ground and not below, and that those in our inner circle are in the same vein. Family, please like, share, subscribe. I keep telling you, if you go to a job that you hardly even talk to a co-worker, but you know, y'all, hey, how you doing? Hey, you should check out this dude's channel. He talks some crazy stuff. Do that for me. Every morning I come in and I try to give some kind of content, something to make you go, oh, okay, interesting, okay. Please, just pass it on. It's free. Check out my Instagram channel as well, Bridging Fears. I have others, but I just want to concentrate on those 2. Thank you for following me. Thank you for riding with me. It's a pleasure for me to ride with you. Keep your head on a swivel, like I always say, because these streets are insanely, incredibly, undescribably hot. People just do things to do things, and they think they're going to get away with it all times. And maybe you have some of those, but technology is so advanced, technology is so up there, technology is so whatever, you're going to get caught. For those that are watching, you're going to get caught. And if you don't get caught, karma's going to get you. I've seen it firsthand, and I believe in it. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Anyway, family, one of my longest ones. Whatever you do today, stay lovely, stay sexy, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Bobby Shay's Bridging Fears. See you.